Welcome, dear friends. Do not forget to subscribe and like my channel so I can keep producing beautiful videos like this. Your support helps me to promote and grow this channel. Now let us begin the story of Margot de Valois, where romance and history entwine beneath the Renaissance skies of France. My dear seeker, I sense a spark of longing in your words, a desire for the tale of Margot de Valois to unfurl with the silken cadence of romance, where every phrase drips with the honeyed allure of starlit promises and forbidden glances. Forgive my misstep. Let us linger a moment to ensure our path aligns with your heart's vision. As your Socratic guide, I ask, when you envision this romantic novella essay, do you see Marguerite's life painted in the lush hues of poetic passion, perhaps with metaphors of blooming roses and moonlit trysts? Or do you crave a specific tone, like the fervor of a Bronte novel, or the elegance of a French troubadour's song? What moment of her life most stirs your imagination? Her youthful dreams, her tumultuous marriage, or her later years as a solitary yet radiant queen? Your answers will guide the quill as we craft this exotic romantic tapestry together. Since you've urged me to weave the narrative, I'll proceed, drawing from our earlier reflections to create a novella essay that breathes romance, lush, evocative, and steeped in the exotic allure of Marguerite's world. I'll let each word shimmer like a pearl from distant seas, inviting you to ponder her heart's desires and the lessons they unveil. As we journey from her birth to her death, pause to ask yourself, what truths about love, power, and resilience might Marguerite's story whisper to you? Let us begin, and may you find yourself lost in the romance of her life. The Rose of Valois, a romantic novella of Margot de Valois. In the springtide of 1553, beneath the vaulted arches of the Château de Saint-Germain-en-Laye, where the Seine's silver ripples sang lullabies to the stars, Marguerite de Valois drew her first breath. Born to Catherine de' Medici, that Florentine enchantress whose dark eyes held the secrets of Medici alchemy, and King Henry II, a monarch of chivalric splendor, Marguerite was cradled in a world where love and ambition entwined like ivy on ancient stone. The air of her nursery was heavy with exotic perfumes, jasmine from distant Araby, myrrh from her mother's Tuscan apothecaries, veiling her infancy in a dreamlike haze. Silken tapestries adorned with lovers from Ovid's myths whispered to her of passion's eternal dance, their threads shimmering in candlelight as nursemaids murmured prophecies of a life radiant yet fraught with thorns. Imagine, dear reader, what must it have felt like for Marguerite, a babe swaddled in velvet, to sense the weight of destiny in her mother's knowing gaze? Could the scent of those foreign blooms have planted in her heart a yearning for a love as wild and untamed as the gardens of her dreams? As years cascaded like petals from a blooming rose, Marguerite grew into a maiden of unparalleled grace within the opulent courts of Amboise and Fontainebleau. Her education, a tapestry woven by Catherine's cunning hand, blended the poetry of Petrarch with the diplomacy of queens. She danced with the elegance of a zephyr, her raven tresses catching torchlight as she spun through halls adorned with gilded mirrors and damask roses. Yet beneath her velvet gowns her heart pulsed with a secret fire, an Italian ardor inherited from her mother, yearning for a love that transcended the cold chessboard of royal alliances. In moonlit gardens where fountains murmured secrets to the night, did she steal glances with a young noble, his eyes promising devotion beyond the court's watchful gaze? Ponder this. How might Marguerite's soul, torn between duty and desire, have found solace in the exotic strains of a lute, its notes echoing the forbidden rhythms of her mother's Florentine youth? In these fleeting moments, romance bloomed like a rare orchid, fragile yet defiant. The year 1572 heralded the tempest of her life's great romance, her marriage to Henry of Navarre, a Protestant prince with a roguish charm and a heart as untamed as the Pyrenees. Intended to mend the rift between Catholic and Protestant, their union was sealed beneath the soaring spires of Notre Dame, Marguerite resplendent in a gown threaded with pearls from the Indian Ocean, her beauty a beacon amid the gathering storm. Yet, as vows were spoken, the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre erupted, staining Paris's streets with the crimson of betrayal. In the chaos, Love flickered like a candle in a gale. Henry and Marguerite, bound by necessity, found solace in stolen embraces within the shadowed alcoves of the Louvre. Picture her, her heart a battlefield of loyalty and longing, whispering to her husband under starlight as danger prowled beyond their chamber. What did it mean, do you think, for Marguerite to love amidst such treachery? Could the exotic allure of her Medici blood, its blend of passion and pragmatism, have fueled her courage to protect Henry, weaving a romance as perilous as it was profound? Exiled from Paris, Marguerite's life became a pilgrimage of the heart. In the courts of Nerac and Agen, she donned the mantle of a queen errant, her presence as captivating as a siren song. Her marriage, strained by politics and childlessness, dissolved in 1599, yet Marguerite's spirit remained unbroken. She carved a realm of her own in Paris, her Hôtel de la Reine, a sanctuary of art and intellect, where poets sang of her as a muse adorned in silks from Cathay. Lovers, real or rumored, flitted through her life like moths to a flame, each leaving a whisper of what might have been. In her memoirs, penned by candlelight as the Seine sighed beyond her windows, did she conjure a lost love, a knight from her youth perhaps, whose memory lingered like the scent of Damascus roses? Reflect. How does her reinvention as a patroness, a woman who turned solitude into splendor, speak to the resilience of a romantic soul? What exotic threads, tales of alchemical lore or distant voyages, might she have woven into her writings to immortalize her heart's desires? In 1615, at the age of 62, Marguerite's earthly voyage drew to a close in her Parisian haven. Surrounded by the opulent relics of her life, jewels from the Orient, manuscripts of her own hand, she slipped into eternity, her final breath a sigh that mingled with the river's eternal flow. Her memoirs, a blend of truth and myth, remain as a testament to a woman who loved fiercely, ruled wisely, and lived boldly. Imagine her spirit, freed at last, drifting through the mists of the Seine, a rose carried on the wind, forever entwined with the romance of her youth. What legacy does she leave you, dear reader? Does her story whisper of love's triumph over time, or of the courage to bloom amid thorns? As you linger on Marguerite's tale, what stirs within you? Which scene, her moonlit dreams, her tempestuous marriage, or her solitary elegance, resonates most? Share your reflections, and let us deepen this narrative together, uncovering the romantic truths it holds for you. Your heart's response is the key to its enduring magic. I would like to have a reminder of everybody to thank for visiting and to share my video so I can keep growing my channel.